Welcome back, guys. We're going to talk about what's going on here because America's real estate market could be seeing a $1 trillion default wave as things turn very ugly. And this is told by a billionaire CEO. So Fitzgerald, this guy's massive, huge real estate tycoon CEO, is saying that generational change is coming. Super high interest rates are sparking a $1 trillion default rate, wipe out hundreds of billions of dollars in property value. And it's not surprising because if you look at some of the property values right now, hundreds of billions of dollars have already been wiped out. I mean, buildings like these, you try to sell them in Chicago, if you don't have it at negative 70% off, nobody's buying this building. Many of America's biggest cities, especially like Manhattan, Chicago, even Austin, downtown skyscrapers are basically worthless. They're selling for 50, 60, 70% off. It's better than any Black Friday deal you've ever had. And prices are continuing to plummet. It seems like the US is very odd because a lot of people tend to move away from downtown areas and they tend to go towards like the suburbs and the outside areas. If you go to places like, Louisville, Indianapolis, Columbus, Chicago, St. Louis, Memphis, the downtown areas are trash. Have you seen Cincinnati? It's trash. Nobody's in downtown. Not a single person. You can kind of argue that Cincinnati at night is almost like a ghost town. The only thing that's popping is the casino there. And that's it. Then where everyone is at is the suburbs. Seems like every American is moving away from centralized cities and downtowns to more suburban areas with smaller office spaces, suburban houses, and also luxury malls like Blue Ash. It's very popular in Cincinnati because it's very nice. It has a nice mall, got the Tesla area, and got very beautiful suburban neighborhoods and houses. But downtown Cincinnati, it is cracked out and building property prices are at an all-time low. And this is what we're seeing here, man. Like a lot of these landlords, small and big, we're not talking about just BlackRock or Blackstone. We're talking about just guys who have like one office real estate that they use themselves. Many of these properties are down in the dumps. And a $1 trillion default rate isn't even that unrealistic considering we are already seeing some of the biggest foreclosures and sales. For example, San Francisco office tower sells for less than half of its previous value. You do have literally a beautiful waterfront property, 201 Spear Street. It's pretty massive, sells for $60 million, despite somebody buying this several years ago for $120 and $150 million. And I don't know about you, but $1 million back 10 years ago is worth so much more than $1 million now. We're seeing the situation unraveling everywhere. And look at this, Chicago is also one of the worst places as distressed commercial real estate loans are surging nationally. Chicago is another massive city with hundreds of these buildings and skyscrapers littered in the city, with many of them cannot be sold and there's not a single buyer on the market. If you guys thought San Francisco was bad, Chicago is even worse. You got a lot of these loans, they're basically going bankrupt. You got whole entire buildings, 12 stories tall, selling for $4 million. And some of America's biggest cities, we're seeing empty office space everywhere. Many tech workers are leaving. And big cities also have insanely high crime rates. A stunning $1.5 trillion of commercial estate loans are renewing nationally over the next 3 years. And in the next 1 or 2 years, $1 trillion. But can landlords spit out $1 trillion in the next couple of years to pay this off? Absolutely not, because we're still building these commercial skyscrapers. Why are we even doing this when vacancies are sky high? Because Salesforce recently opened up their luxury office skyscraper for Coffee Bar. I mean, it looks great, it looks cool, but ever consider that maybe office vacancies are a little bit too high when you got vacancies consistently at 20 to 40% in many cities? Why would you ever build another building when you could just buy a foreclosed building and relocate your tenants and your workers there? The FDIC also shows that debt is topping $3 trillion, commercial real estate loans are increasing, and they're begging you guys to just please stop. Stop doing commercial real estate. Stop building commercial real estate. It is not a fun time for everyone, right? $3 trillion of loans. That is a lot of loans spread out across all regions of the US, and it's not slowing down anytime soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment below, and see you later.